Hi, I'm Ariane. This is Book Zealots, and I just finished a book that was recommended by Krista with Books and Jam. It was actually an audiobook. It's really hard for me to listen to audiobooks because I'm not an auditory person, I'm a visual person, so I really prefer having the book in my hands. This is a fictional book. It's called Still Alice by Lisa Genova, and she is a neuroscientist. Comes right on the heels of Henrietta Lacks and the HeLa cells. Still Alice is about a woman who is a professor at Harvard for, I believe it's psychology and language. And her husband is also has a doctorate or is a doctor, and he, I think, is more in the research field for cancer. And she starts noticing that she's forgetting things and goes to the doctor. And then that doctor refers her to a neuroscientist. And she's tested, and the results come back that she has Alzheimer's. So the next time she goes back, she has to bring someone because she's forgetting things, and she needs to know that the doctors need to know that she's getting back home safely. Her husband does an extreme amount of research and has a lot of questions for the doctor, and which medication he would want his wife to be on. She chooses another route, and the information, the way that the book is written is given through Alice's perspective. So when she starts forgetting things, it's like you're in her head. You start to feel like there's this fog coming over you because of her forgetting things. And she has these test questions. The problem with these test questions is that if she's answering them, she needs to check the answers, which she doesn't do. There were a few things in it a few phrases that caught my attention that I thought were interesting. She would try and think of a word, and she said it was stuck in her head like cotton candy. It wasn't so much like forgetting where you put your keys or forgetting where you parked the car in the parking lot. It wasn't that. It was she was on Harvard campus and she forgot where to go, how to go somewhere, and she had been teaching on campus for about 20 plus years. That's a concern. After reading this book, I looked up Lisa Genova, and she has a TED Talk video where she explains Alzheimer's and what we can do to prevent that, or to at least slow it down. Because one of the things that I did not like about Still Alice was that the Alzheimer's doctor said there was nothing they could do for regression. And scientists today say that is absolutely not true. There are things that you can do to stop. Some scientists will go so far as to say that you can, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, to a certain extent. Maybe not reverse completely.
Retrace.
So I know diet has a lot to do with that. You want to make sure you're feeding your body and your brain the proper foods, not junk food. Eat your fruits and vegetables. Cut back on the sugary drinks, etc. Anyway, Lisa Genova also discusses things that you can do to keep your mind active. And when I was growing up, I had heard, you need to do crossword puzzles. And no, that isn't it, because you are basically using information that is already stored in your head. You need to do new things So I have a booktube channel. No, I don't have Alzheimer's. You need to learn a new language, or do a new exercise, Tai Chi or whatever.
Learn to cook.
Pardon me?
Learn to cook.
Learn to cook, learn new recipes, try and memorize different things, which is one of the things that I've been doing. What else? Yeah, I think learning a new language, learning new vocabulary. I know our vocabulary, especially after hearing Prometheus talk about Jules Verne's books, our vocabulary has diminished excessively. I don't have Alzheimer's, but Prometheus is off camera here trying to feed me information. If you want to input, come here. Still Alice was an amazing book, and she has 3 children, and the 2 oldest have gone to college, have gotten their degrees, and have lives. Well, actually, I think the son is still in college to get his doctorate. And the youngest decided to go a different route, and the mother is having a hard time adjusting to that. In the end, and I won't spoil it, but I did listen to it. The ending to me was beautiful. Alice was extremely forgetful, and she had names for her children because she didn't really remember who they were. But the very, very ending with the youngest daughter Lydia and her mother Alice was beautiful. I pray that Alzheimer's is cured, because what a horrible disease. I cannot even fathom having to deal with that. Not as a caretaker, and not to experience something like that. I highly recommend Still Alice. I don't remember if I gave it a 4 or 5 star, but I would recommend it. So check it out. Thanks. Have a great day. Oh, that was loud. Thank you. Woo! Started to get teary-eyed.